Hello everybody, my name is Michael, and in today's video what we're going to be doing is this right here. So if that looks interesting to you, let's get into this video. Okay, so to start painting our gold dragon, as the name implies, we're obviously going to need some gold. Now for this dragon that I'm painting up here in particular, I'm going to be using Greedy Gold by Army Painter. This here is a nice, rich, good base layer of gold, nice warm gold here that we've got, and this is going to be used for absolutely everything over the entirety of the miniature. This is not the time to worry about detail or anything. This is straight base coat, and because it's a golden dragon, it's just perfect for just completely covering every inch of this thing in gold. Now, I'm using Nolzar's Marvelous Miniatures, and they come pre-primed, so I'm just going to stick with the regular primer that they have on here, which is quite a light grey, almost a white, but you could also start off with a gold straight base primer as well if you want to try and skip this whole step entirely. Or you could also, if you want to go for more of a darker color, you can go straight with black as well and place this on to give your gold very dark. I just think that would be a little too dark for what I'm going for, using that as the underlayer. I wanted it to be nice, bright and glorious, so I wanted to keep my primer in a nice light color, but that's totally up to you and how you want to do that there. But this model, as you can see, has got some really crazy places you've got to get your brush in between the nice detail of its scales and the way its wings are, so don't be afraid to spend a bit of time here making sure you get everything nice and covered. Okay, so now we have our dragon completely covered in gold. I'm going to come in with a different gold now. This here is tainted gold. This is more of a greenish gold, and I want to use this for an accent color. So if you don't have this, I would recommend just tinting your gold with another color here, or even perhaps use a little bit of bronze or brass in here just to add a little bit of color variety into this. But since I have this greenish gold, you can even put a little bit of metallic green in here, just like a slight tint of green in here to try and get the same effect if you wanted to as well. But as you can see, this is probably more of like a natural gold you would see, whereas the base tone we use is very much like the standard archetypical warm gold you see in fantasy and golden things, whereas the tainted gold was more of a cool gold and a lot more of what you'd see as in like worn jewelry, you know, that's had a bit of dust and grime and stuff on it. So I wanted to use this in my accent areas. As well as that too, I also wanted it to be in the membranes of the wing, so we have two different colors. And as you can see, going around this model, it's quite crazy to look at the areas that I'm going to be doing here. They're so narrow and skinny to get in here, so switch to a smaller brush if you need to really spend some time getting in here. Of course, you can entirely skip this step. This here is, for me, I wanted to add some difference, and hopefully it would look a little bit better on camera. You know, try to show you some ways you can elevate it up a little bit, but by all means, if you're going for speed, efficiency, and time, you could just totally leave this step out. But I want to add in more colors. I want to make it a bit more interesting than just being the one base color of the gold. So now we have that complete. What I'm going to do is come in with some silver now, and this is going to be for the scales in the underbelly, as you can see there. This is also, again, going to be very hard to get into. This miniature, this big flaw of it in the pose it's in, it's really quite difficult to paint. It doesn't seem like it, but everything's so close together, I guess, to fit it all on this base, and they tried to go for like a sort of slim, sleek appearance, so everything's really narrow, and you've really got to hold the end of your brush to get into a lot of these places. But I'm going to be using just a straight silver here for the underbelly. Like I said, I want to add in a little bit more variety and interest with colors in here, and I think coming in with just a little bit of silver for the underbelly, it isn't too far-fetched to have for a gold dragon. You know, it's still going to be stupendous in color and everything in there, and it's just going to be a nice different color to have in there as an accent piece to let the eye rest over the model. So now we have those scales on the belly painted up. It's time to come in for a wash. Now I'm going to be giving this a complete all over wash here, so I've got my nice big wash brush in there. It can hold a lot of wash because I want to give everything the coat in this flesh tone that I've got here. I'm using Ruckland Flesh Shade, any sort of skin tone for that. And the reason why I'm using a skin tone rather than a black, which would just simply darken everything down. The skin tone, with having browns and reds mixed in, it's just going to give all the gold an overall warmer appearance, especially when seeing it on the table once it's all complete. It's just going to warm everything up and really just help enhance and make everything just that little bit more juicier in color and give you some interesting shadows as it pulls into those recesses. So giving everywhere a complete coverage on this, and as you can see, the ridges of its spine where the wings connect to the spine is quite a bad area for having the model completely pull up with this wash, so keep an eye on that and wick it up as you need. Okay, so now we have that wash completely dry. You can see now that we have it all nice and warmed up. And what we're going to do is, as I just quickly showed you there, is I've come back in with our tainted gold here, and I've mixed in just a little bit of the silver that we use for the underbelly in there, just to give it a little bit of a highlight. And I've switched to a dry brush. This is a very small, fine dry brush. You might even just want an old Haggard brush that doesn't have its point on anymore, because these pieces are so thin if you don't have a small dry brush like I do here. And I'm just coming in and picking out the very center of each parts of the membranes in the wing here to give them all a highlight, because it's got really nice texture on this model in particular. Especially you can see every scale and every bump that's in between those wing membranes there. You can definitely see it there with the wash where it seeped in, and we're just lightly, very very lightly coming in and making small quick strokes to pick out all of those highlights. Now we have those highlights in the membranes of the wing. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to quickly switch to painting in the eye of our dragon here. And I'm using moot green for this. This is a super bright, vibrant green. And that's really going to contrast against the colors that we have here on this dragon. I just wanted something that was going to be nice, impactful on the model, so you can clearly see where its eyes are. And as you can see, it immediately stands out against all those warm tones that we have there with this really bright saturated green, so you can clearly see where those eyes are. And as you can see as well, I've also switched to a super fine brush because its eyes are very small. Now we have those eyes picked out and painted up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in with a new gold. This here is bright gold. This is a lot brighter gold than our greedy gold that we used here. This is quite a big contrast, probably a little hard to see on camera. One thing that with doing painting up metallic dragons, it can be quite hard when I've got all the light shining on here to try and show you the best image I can of me painting up the model. Using metallics can very easily catch the light and glint off, which is, I mean, I guess it's great. You want the metallic dragons to be nice and lit up, but when I'm working with colors like this, with gold especially, it can be quite hard to see. But in person it is very much noticeable, the difference between the greedy gold with our wash on it and then the bright gold we have on here. But I'm just going through picking out a lot of the upper scales and ridges of the model all over the model here, doing this to pick out areas where I want to have these nice highlights on the piece. Then once we have all of those scales picked out and completed, and you're at the point you're happy with, what I'm doing is coming back in with our shining silver that we had here, and I'm just using it for the high points on the underbelly as well, because they're going to get some nice glinting highlights with it being a silver. So don't forget to do that in there as well, another nice crucial part to have it popped out. But again, we're just focusing on the very upper raised parts. We're not worrying about any of the recesses because we've got that nice wash in there giving them good definition. So really finagly with the brush there, but it's worth it in the end. Now we have those underbelly scales complete. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with just a pure black, nice and simple, and I'm just going to come in and pick out the claws on our dragon here. Now this is up to you. I was originally going to come in with a sort of sepia color or like a brown, but it was just so hard to see on camera in the little bit of a test I did. and I needed it to stick out just a little bit more of that, so you can clearly see where the claws are on this dragon, as he has some, of course, on his feet, but he also has some claws that are on the back of his arms and his legs there, so don't forget to pick those out as well. And it's just having that contrast of color is really nice. So I think with that we have our miniature done, so let's get into some glamour shots and see how it came out. And there you have it. With all that complete, we have finally finished painting up our gold dragon from the Nolzar's Marvelous Miniature range by Dungeons & Dragons. So I hope this video has been helpful for you guys, whether you want to follow along with what I did here, or you just want to use this video as some inspiration in painting up your own miniatures. But with all that said, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.